to today's video. I am so excited to be sharing my official Sezane collection. It is such a nice day outside and I am in such a good mood. I feel like I haven't seen the sun for probably about 3 weeks now, and I'm just really looking forward to spring. So I thought it'd be the perfect day to film this video. So without further ado, I'm going to be sharing my full collection. It's right here, and I also have a few pieces in my past purchase history that I have sold and are no longer with me. So I thought that I'd also give an honorable mention to those and talk through maybe why I decided not to keep them in my collection anymore. So let's just get into the video. So the first piece that started it all, I don't know if this actually counts because it was from a collaboration with Sezane, but it is this dress. This is from Madewell and Sezane. They collaborated, and that is where I first found out about Sezane actually. I used to be a sales associate at Madewell for about 4 years throughout my college life, and 2 of those years we did a big collaboration with Sezane, and I felt like it was such a good way to introduce the brand to even more eyes as they were first getting started. So this is where I first fell in love, and it encouraged me to visit Sezane's website and start shopping with them. It is such a beautiful dress. I did have it tailored. I had it taken in a little bit at the shoulders. This one is actually a size too big for me, but I do find myself wearing it a lot, especially in the summer and early fall. I'll wear it with like some sheer tights and some nice boots. But yeah, just overall a great piece. I don't think I'll ever get rid of this one. I did talk about in one of my most recent videos possibly turning it into a blouse because it is just a little too big on me, but we'll see where I go with that. From there, my first order from Sezane officially included this blouse. This is the Adeline blouse, I believe. I think that's what it was called. It has this beautiful bow in the back that ties, and the lace is just so delicate and nice. It's like my go-to date night top because it is so subtly sexy, I think, and just really well constructed. It's 100% silk and just such a beautiful top. Also within that order, I purchased this coat. This is the Leo coat. And I believe this was most recently one of their, when they released the winter archives, they had one of these in like a brown color, so it's still around, but it's just like the perfect cropped faux fur jacket. Also a great date night option. I wear it a lot with the black top. And it's just kind of, it adds some fun, and it's also so classic at the same time. Something that was included in that same order with the Leo coat and the Adeline blouse was actually this t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. It was one of the free gifts within the order. They always do a free gift. Lately it's been, they had a pouch over the holidays, they often do bandanas, so it's always something a little fun. I think I've gotten a velvet little notebook from them before. So this time it was a t-shirt. It's really soft and comfortable. I probably would not have paid for this if I just picked it out myself, but it was kind of fun to receive a little t-shirt as a surprise, and I actually wear it quite often. My next order was also in fall of 2017, and I picked out the classic Charles jumper. This sweater has been through so much with me. This is like my go-to cardigan when I need to throw something over anything, and really in the winter it just acts as like my office cover-up when I get really cold at my desk. It has these beautiful sleeves with the lace around each of them, and it actually is detachable. I've never detached the lace. I am too afraid to lose it or not know how to put it back on, but if it bothers you, if it's bothersome, it easily comes off. And then it has just the most beautiful white buttons with gold surrounding the rim. It's just such a classic sweater, a classic like vintage granny cardigan. That's kind of the vibe it gives me. It's a little oversized. I got this one in a small actually. Usually I wear about an extra small in Sezane items, but I wanted this one to be a little bit bigger and baggier on me. So I got this in that order. I also picked up the Paloma top in this order. This is another one of their essentials. So I think this is still available for purchase on their site, and I think you can get the Charles jumper. They bring it back, I think, every fall. So this is also such a beautiful little silk cami top. It is such a staple for when I have like big meetings or presentations and I just want something simple and pretty to put under a blazer. It looks really dressy, but it's also very comfortable. I actually had to make a small modification to this top. The straps are very long, and if you are petite like me, that just doesn't work. So I had to actually detach the straps at one point and trim them down and then re-sewed them onto the top so that the straps were a lot shorter and they fit me a lot better, which is really nice. One thing that you do have to be careful with this top is it is super delicate, and I know that it hasn't happened to me, but I have heard reviews where people have experienced fraying around the little eyelet details where the silk has detached from the stitching. So I would just be really careful if you get this to make sure that it doesn't pull on you at all. I sized up in this top by one size just so I could avoid this. Because if it's pulling on like across your chest or across your back or anything, it probably will have a higher chance of fraying and ripping. So just a little tip. My next order was in spring of 2018, and I ended up getting a pair of trousers and a skirt. The trousers were the Armand trousers. They were, I'll insert a picture, I no longer have them. They were just nice linen pants with a tie waist belt, and I did really love these. The reason that I no longer have them is just because they were too big on me, so I ended up just selling them to someone who hopefully loves them just as much as I did. If I ever see them floating around Poshmark or something in my size, I might repurchase them. The skirt in this order that I no longer have is the Astrid skirt. It was such a beautiful piece. It was completely beaded all over. The one thing about it though was I just felt like there was nothing that I had that paired with it perfectly. I just didn't really know how to wear it, so I also ended up selling this one. My next order was not until fall of 2018, and I picked out this jumper. This is the Alessandro jumper with this beautiful floral design across it, and I absolutely love this sweater. This is one of my most unique and favorite sweaters. I wear it a lot. I love the multicolor knit, and also inside the sweater is completely multicolor, matching back to the flower. So it's kind of fun sometimes to roll up the sleeve a little bit and show it off. I don't know, I really like to do that. I have spent many family holidays in this sweater. I wore this to Thanksgiving this same year, and it's also so warm. This is my go-to cold day sweater when it's below freezing. It is a little itchy just because it is such a heavy knit. It doesn't really bother me that much, but I always wear a complete long sleeve underneath it so none of my skin is exposed. I do have a little bit more sensitive skin, so some of the knits do bother me a little bit, but I have noticed that if I layer and just wear a classic long sleeve t-shirt underneath, it doesn't bother me too much. In this order with the sweater, I also picked out the Emmy blouse in this light blue polka dot print. I no longer have this piece, unfortunately. I ended up selling this one on Poshmark just because I found that it was a little big on me, and it was 100% silk, but it was also very staticky, and I don't know, I felt like no matter what I did, I could not get rid of that static. So I just found myself not really wearing it that much because it clung to my body kind of weird. And I've never really experienced that with any of the other silk pieces that I own from Sezane, so I just found if that was bothering me about it and it was a little big on me, it wasn't really worth keeping, so ended up selling that one. My next purchase was in January of 2019 when they released some of the spring styles, and I picked out first the Mandy Shirt, which is just such a beautiful classic white shirt. I realized that I did not have any of their classic white embroidered blouses that they do so well. So I decided to pick one out, and I really love this one. It has these beautiful crocheted cuffs on the sleeves, and then that same crochet is all throughout the front and the back yoke of the top. And I just think it is so beautiful and classic and simple, but it really does stand out at the same time, and I do get a lot of compliments on this one. I also just love the button details. I love how they're fabric covered. They always just do such a nice job doing that, and it is such a nice shirt. So I can't wait to start wearing this one more now that we're kind of going into spring. It's still like really cold, so I don't really know what I'm talking about, but looking forward to wearing this one as the weather warms up. I got another white top within that same order. This is the Louie Shirt, and it has these beautiful pinky dusty rose flowers embroidered all over it. I love the scalloped front here, the button cover. It also matches back to those flowers, and the collar is really pretty too. It's another beautiful white classic shirt. So my main goal in this order was to get some classic, beautiful shirts that I could wear for springtime at work. That same scallop detail is also on the sleeves, and I found myself wearing this one a lot last spring as well. So I'm looking forward to breaking this out again soon. My next order was in March of 2019, and I picked out this dress. This is my favorite dress out of all of my dresses. It is so incredible. This is the Marianne Dress, and I got it in the white and blue stripe, and I just love all the little details about this dress. I love the belt that it comes with to tighten up the waist. I love the little buttons on the sleeves and the little cuff, and the material is just really nice. It's 100% cotton, so it just is like the perfect breezy, beautiful summer dress. My most recent memory in this dress was actually this last fall. I took a trip to Greece and Italy, and I wore this dress in Santorini. It was the most beautiful day. It was like 72 degrees and super sunny, and it was just so fun to roam around Santorini in this dress. I actually wore a swimsuit underneath this, and my boyfriend and I hiked all the way down to the bottom of Santorini, which is like raised, it's like a volcanic mountain. So we hiked all the way down, and I just took this off, and I was in my swimsuit, and we jumped right into the water, and it honestly felt like such a dream. So I love this dress, the perfect summer dress. I am so excited to create more memories in it this summer. My next purchase was in April of 2019, and I picked out the Sola Dress. This dress is 100% silk, and it is so light and flowy and beautiful. I love the way the bottom sits when you're wearing it. It feels like water on the body. It's just so silky and light. I wore this for my birthday that year, and it was the most perfect day. It was beautiful outside. I had brunch with my family, and then we went canoeing afterwards, which I did take off this dress for canoeing and changed into some athletic shorts, so I wouldn't ruin it, but it reminds me of that day and just how beautiful and how much fun I had. I also wore it to one of my friend's bachelorette parties. We were just going to bars along the river here in Minnesota, and it was just the perfect summer night dress. I cannot wait to wear this again this summer. It has such beautiful details. It has buttons all the way down the front to the bottom. I have to only unbutton a few to be able to get it on, so I thought it was going to be more annoying than it actually is to get on. So very nice, and they all are fabric covered as well, and I love the back seam. I think this is how it flows out like this at the bottom. It has a seam down the back here, which kind of brings in the dress a little bit and makes it ruffly towards the bottom. So such a beautiful piece. I get compliments on this one all the time. So since I have so many beautiful pieces from Sezane and I want to spend enough time talking about each of them, I've decided to split this video into 2 parts. So this will conclude the end of part 1. If you are interested in seeing part 2, make sure you subscribe down below. I will be posting part 2 next Sunday on my channel. And if you are not watching in real time, I will be adding the link to part 2 down below in the description. So feel free to look down there and click on it to watch part 2. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. Bye!